The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and our future. Hit the right button. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 29th day of May, 2025, the last scheduled stream for the month of May, as we play the games of the last week of July, 1956. And a rather big one for you today. It is the first place Chicago White Sox in the American League going against the fifth place New York Yankees. The Yankees need this one pretty badly, and they are going to go with Whitey Ford. The White Sox will counter with Dick Donovan, and yes, I'm using the picture of Comiskey Park that you guys want me to use. We'll see how well it works. So, again, it's a 5-team battle royale with about 8 weeks to go in the season. Anything can happen. The Yankees are about a 500 club, but they're only 6.5 out. That's not impossible. They got to leapfrog 4 teams to get there, but it could be, anyone's race between Cleveland, Chicago, Detroit, Boston, and New York, and even Baltimore has an outside shot if they can get hot, which is good because the National League seems to be all, I don't want to say done and dusted, but Brooklyn is looking pretty good to try to repeat as world champions of baseball. So Dick Donovan and Whitey Ford, 2 all-stars going at it to close out this week. Next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1956. Today, from Comiskey Park in Chicago, Illinois, it's the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. It is a windy day in the Windy City. It is a windy night in the Windy City, 79 degrees. Winds blowing out to left field here at Comiskey on the south side. The Yankees and White Sox get ready to do battle. For the White Sox, this is game 87, and for the Yankees, it's game 92. Dick Donovan gets the call for Chicago, making his 18th of 31 starts. He leads the American League in earned run average at .218. 9-5 the record. Dick is 29 years old. He is fastball pitcher at 85 and a ground ball pitcher. His last start came against Washington on July 21st. So he's on 4 days rest. Took a loss here. He has 5 shutouts this year so far, including the Yankees twice. We'll get to that in a second. Against the Senators, 8 innings, 124 pitches, 11 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 2 homers, and 3 strikeouts. On July 15th, presumably in New York, he shut out the Yankees 9-0 on 5 hits. He's a one-hitter against Cleveland, as we say hello to Tribe Fan. And his other shutout of the Yankees was on June 22nd, a 3-hitter, presumably here. 136 innings for Donovan, 97 hits, 41 runs, 33 earned, 11 homers. He's walked 29 and struck out 78. The lineup to face him. It'll be Hank Bauer leading off in right field. Gil McDougald at short will bat second. Mickey Mantle in center field goes third. Yogi Berra cleans up behind the plate. Bill Skowron at first will bat fifth. Norm Seaburn in left will go sixth. Andy Carey at third, batting seventh. Old Dr. Jerry Coleman at second. The star shines on him tonight, batting eighth. And Whitey Ford will go ninth. Donovan can give you 130 pitches. Defensively for the White Sox, Fred Hatfield, didn't he make pork tenderloins or something like that? A 6 at third. Louis Aparicio, a 10 and a 10 at short. Nellie Fox, a 9 and a 10 at second. Walt Dropo, a 4 at first. The outfield, Minnie Minoso, a 9 and a 7 in left. Larry Doby, a 7 with a 3-arm in center. Dave Philly gets the call in right. He's a 2 range and a 6-arm. Sherm Lawler behind the plate is an 8 and a 7. And Donovan, an 8 on the mound. with a .983 fielding percentage. That is a solid middle of defense. Doby being the weak link with the 3-arm, but his range is 7. Hank Bauer at 230, 11 homers and 49 RBIs. We get started. Donovan deals, and Bauer flies this one to left. Back goes Minoso, and Minnie will turn and watch it go. Holy Ricky Henderson. Bauer put that one in the upper deck and zooms around the bases, and before the faithful can find their seats, Hank Bauer gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Here it is again. That was a meatball, and Bauer just pulverized that one. It is a brighter picture, Comiskey, than the one that's in the default, for sure. Yeah, holy cow. So, 1-0 as Gil McDougall digs in. Gil at 310, 4 homers and 25 RBI. Donovan walked him. Not a great start for Dick, is it? And look who's on deck. One, Mickey Mantle. Mantle at 329, 32 home runs in 92 games and 82 RBI. Donovan, in real life, allowed 22 homers in 234 2/3. He's allowed 12 on the replay in 136 innings. Pitched to Mantle, walked him, and Donovan, I think he was smoking banana peels or something like that. Would you stop singing They Call It Mellow Yellow? Quite right. Here's Yogi Berra at 296, 20 homers and 62 RBI. McDougall on second, Mantle on first. Donovan not being a sunshine Superman right now. Apparently he thinks that when that baseball makes its mind up, it's going to be New York's. Pitch to Yogi is popped up. Aparicio, or Doby rather, will make the catch. And McDougall tags and will go to third. The throw is into short. So finally an out for Bill Skowron, hitting .273, 10 homers and 40 RBI. Yogi said you had him at meatball. Yep, if you see a fork in the road, take it. Mike in the truck in Parallel League, how are you? Happy Thursday. Runners on the corners. A leadoff homer by Hank Bauer. Got us started in this one. Donovan deals, and that's a ground ball to Aparicio. We're going to try for 2. Fox for 1, and no throw to first. McDougall will score, and it's 2-0 New York. So 2 out for Seaburn, hitting .128 and 7 RBI. Not what you're looking for if you are the American League ERA leader, is to have a hairball in the first inning. Donovan deals, and he struck him out, so he settled in there. But not before the Yankees get 2 runs. The solo shot from Bauer, a couple of walks, and they'll leave on 1. After half an inning, the Yankees 2. Here come the White Sox. And here is Whitey Ford, who is 28 years old, making his 19th start of the year. He is second in wins with 12, and still second in ERA behind Donovan at 2.41. He is a fastball pitcher at 87 and a ground ball pitcher. Whitey's last start came against the Athletics 5 days ago on the 20th. In an 8-3 win, he went the distance. In fact, he hasn't lost a game since June 17th, so over a month now. 9 innings for Whitey, 126 pitches, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Ford, 149 2/3. He's no Edsel. 123 hits, 51 runs, 40 earned, 6 homers. He's walked 56 and struck out 104. How you doing, Andrew? Speaking of sunshine, where is the sun? The last few days, Todd, here have been very nice, but we're supposed to get an inch of rain on Saturday. In case you're wondering, this is Ford's 6th start against the White Sox. 44 1/3 innings, 33 hits, 13 runs, 8 earned. He's walked 16 and struck out 34. 3-2 against Chicago with a 1.62 ERA. Here's how the White Sox will line up. Minnie Minoso leads off in left. Nellie Fox at second, will bat second. Dave Philly is in right, he'll go third. Sherm Lawler behind the plate cleans up. Larry Doby in center will bat fifth. Walt Dropo at first goes sixth. Fred Hatfield at third will bat seventh. Louis Aparicio at short goes eighth. Dick Donovan, who had a very rough top of the first, will bat ninth, and Whitey Ford can give you 135 pitches. And he's hoping those 2 runs will hold up. Norm Seaborn a 6 and a 3 in the left as we set the Yankee defense for you. Mickey Mantle an 8 and a 9 in right. Barbara, how are you? Hank Bauer is a 6 and a 5 in right. Andy Carey is a 5 at third. McDougald a 7 and a 10 at short. Jerry Coleman a 5 and a 6 at second. Bill Scour and a 6 at first. Yogi a 10 and a 9 behind the plate. And Ford an 8 on the mound with a .985 fielding percentage. Bonoso at 282, 15 homers and 63 RBI. How you doing, Mr. Rail Fan? And I'm doing fine. Pitch to Minoso. Minnie swings. Ground ball to first. Scourin waits for it. Takes it to the bag himself. And there's one away. For Nellie Fox at 296. 4 home runs and 41 RBI. 1 pitch, 1 out. Fox base hit past McDougald into left field. Seaborn will cut it off, and that's how this one goes. Barb trying to win the community chat crown today. See if Todd B lets that happen. Dave Philly at 262. Doesn't have a lot of time left. I wonder if he goes to Baltimore. Is he coming or going? He came. Okay. 262, a home run, and 33 RBI. Fox on first. 1 out, bottom of the first. Ford deals, and there's a fly ball to right. Back goes Bauer. That's well hit. Bauer turns and watches it hit the wall. That is off the wall. Fox around third. He will score, and the White Sox cut the lead in half almost immediately on Dave Philly's double. His 12th since coming over from Baltimore. How you doing, Bobby? Hope you're all doing well. Sherm Lawler hitting 289, 3 homers, and 37 RBI. So Donovan on this windy night struggled in the top of the first, and Whitey Ford doesn't have a shutdown inning. And we are supposed to get pounded Saturday. I don't know if I said this or not. I said it on Facebook. We haven't had a dry weekend since November. It's June 1st on Sunday. Since November. We've had 7 months of stuff falling out of the sky on the weekends. Lawler strikes out. Ford got him on a 1-2. Took something off it. 2 out for Doby. Larry at 285. 10 homers and 49 RBI. 3 folks from Ohio. Yep. Todd, Parallel, and Tribe Fan. Ohio represent, and when Mr. Little's in here, that gives you 4. Pitch to Doby. Larry strikes out. So Ford bore down and got him on a changeup looking. White Sox get a run on 2 hits and no errors. Go to the second, 2-1 New York. Awful one day, a few days of sun, then constant rain, Barbara says. We had 80 on Tuesday, and it's 60 degrees today. Andy Carey hitting 234. 5 homers and 47 RBI. So Donovan, now a 2-1 ball game. Let's see if he can settle in. Ground ball to first. Is that going to get past Ropo? It is. Down the line and right, and Philly should have made actually the catch. Carey will hold with a single, Not the start the White Sox were looking for. Here's Jerry Coleman hitting .277 with 8 RBI. Triple G, how are you? Andrew, glad you're back. Had to shoot yesterday, Triple G. He plays golf on Wednesdays. Coleman. Ground ball to first. Dropo, Aparicio for 1, but Jerry's going to reach as there is no throw, 1 out. For Whitey Ford, who's hitting .222 with 4 RBI. Scattered rain wherever in Rhode Island with morning thunderstorms predicted for Saturday. You're supposed to get a nor'easter. It's May 30th tomorrow. Chicago plays for the bunt. Dropo and Hatfield coming in. Pitch to Ford. Whitey drops one down. Donovan has it over to Fox. And Whitey is retired. Coleman goes to second. 2 out for Bauer, who started this ball game off with a home run. Opening 9 for Donovan. 35 pitches, inning in 2/3, 2 hits. That home run to Bauer. He has walked 2 and struck out 1. Golf is such a dumb game. Apparently, he didn't shoot that very well. If he had shot well, if he had played well, he'd be talking about the virtues of the great game of golf. But when you start with golf is such a dumb game. That doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Pitch to Bauer. That is a fly ball, left center. Will stay in the yard despite the wind blowing out there. Doby makes the catch, and that will take care of the Yankees. No runs, a hit, no errors. After an inning and a half, New York 2, Chicago 1. I am so correct. Andrew's Pool is open near Claremont, New Hampshire, and it is a balmy 52 degrees in there. Where golf balls go to shrink. No rain in Nashville in 80. I feel like Willard Scott today. Here's Walt Dropo at .259, 4 homers, and 26 RBI. Now here's the weather in your part of the world this morning. Pitch to Dropo. Walt swings, ground ball between Skowron and Coleman, and Walt has a single. For Fred Hatfield, hitting .229, 2 homers, and 13 RBI. Fred hits a ground ball to the mound. Whitey goes to Coleman for 1 and goes to Skowron for 2. A 1-4-3 double play. So 2 out, nobody on for Aparicio. Louis at .247, 2 homers, and 34 RBI. Laces this one foul, third base side, and somebody from Indianapolis made that catch. 0-2 the count. Whitey rocks and fires. Struck him out. That's pretty rare to get Aparicio. Ford got the late call, strike 3, and after 2, Chi Sox go in order. New York 2, Chicago 1. So McDougald, who has a 6-game hitting streak, Mantle and Barra to face Donovan here in the 3rd. Gene Shalit. Do you know Gene Shalit is still alive, Todd? He's, I think, seriously, 96? Pitch to McDougald. There is a ground ball to the mound. Donovan throws to Dropo. 1 out for Mickey Mantle, who walked his first time up. Gene will be reviewing the Great Muppet Caper. And then after 8, Tom Brokaw discovers his lisp. All that and some more. This is today on NBC. Pitch to Mantle. There is a slow chopper to first. Dropo waits for it and goes to the bag. 2 out. So Donovan has settled in. 2 out for Yogi, who's 0 for 1. Yeah, he's still alive. Gene is almost on a Smucker's jar. It's no longer Al Roker, right? He retired. Tells you how long it's been since I watched that, but they still do that. Pitch to Yogi. There's a harder ground ball that gets past Dropo down the line and right, and Philly will cut it off, and Yogi has a single. He is 99 years old. Gene Shalit. He survived working with Katie Couric. Bill Skowron, 0 for 1 with an RBI. He now has 41. So 2 out. Yankees and White Sox. Roker's still there? Okay. This is the picture that Dave Railfan wanted me to use. You like it better? Pitch to Skowron. Moose pops it up. Right side. Philly. This may be a little more than a pop-up. Dave is there. Makes the catch. That'll do. After 2.5, no runs, a hit, no errors. Yankees have left on 3 and lead the White Sox 2-1. For Dick Donovan, Donovan hitting .093, a home run. He had 3 in real life, and 5 RBI. Whitey Ford deals. Donovan strikes out. 2-2 a fastball. Got him looking. 1 out for Minoso. Probably shot your age. Okay. Whitey Ford opening 9, 35 pitches, 2 1/3, 3 hits and 4 strikeouts. Minnie Minoso is 0 for 1. Chili dog and a pink cow. What's a pink cow? Sounds like a drink. Pitch to Minnie. That's up the middle. McDougald cuts it off, throws to Skowron. Minoso running and is out on a bang banger. So 2 out for Nellie Fox. He has singled and scored in this one, and that came in the first. Never heard of a pink cow. Is that something that would, like Strawberry Quick? Pitch to Nellie. That's up the middle. Coleman behind the bag, throws to first, and Fox is retired. It is a frustrating... Oh, cream soda and ice cream. Oh, okay. I think Dave is talking about golf. Norm Seaburn is talking baseball. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Ground ball to third. Hatfield. Over to Dropo. For the out. 1 away. These two teams have played 15 of their 22 times, and the White Sox lead the season series 9-6. At Comiskey, it's 5-3 in favor of the White Sox. I'm sorry, it's 4-3 in favor of the White Sox. Let's do this again. At Yankee Stadium, the White Sox have taken 4 of 7. And at Comiskey, the White Sox have taken 5 of 8. And they've outscored the Yankees 75-53. Andy Carey singled his first time up. Ray, how are you? Did the Nesquik Rabbit ever have a name? I don't know. Ray, Whitey Ford, one of the nicest guys in that area that you ever met. I've heard nothing but nice things about Whitey Ford myself. The lefty always signed his autographs with his right hand, to protect his pitching hand and fingers. That's awesome. I did not know that. Pitch to Carey is up the middle. A hard shot to Fox. Nelly throws it to first. In time, a great play. Be careful how fast you say the words, hot shot. So Nelly, 24 great plays. 2 out for Coleman, who's 0 for 1. Hop along. That would make sense, Todd. Fly ball, right field. Philly coming in. Rides a Schwinn, makes the catch, and that will do. After 3.5, Yankees go in order. They got 2 in the first, and Donovan is held with that, 2-1. So here are the standings. The White Sox a game up on Cleveland, but they have 2 games in hand. Detroit at 3.5, the Red Sox 4.5, and the Yankees at 5.5. And again, Baltimore, it's a long shot, but they're only 9 back. Brooklyn 8 up on Milwaukee, so if there's a silver lining for the Braves, is that, as long as they're not 10 back, however, we are now playing the games of July 25th, and really no one else has a chance in the National League at this point. It is Brooklyn, and if they get another long streak going here, we're looking at Secretariat. Philly doubled home a run in the first, 1-for-1. That is a hard ground ball to Coleman, over to Skowron for the out. Seeing some of Dave's season ticket game last night. There's some demo teams if you've not tried that. I believe you get the 75 World Series and the 86 World Series. Sherman Lawler struck out his first time up. Forrest, how are you? I'm not a fan of the wild card teams. I think they did it right with the divisions. And if they would go to 4 divisions, once they expand to 32, pitch to Lawler. There is a ground ball to McDougald. Gill has to wait for it and won't make a throw. Lawler beat it out. Although the 2004 World Series was a wild card winner. Larry Doby struck out his first time up. What I never understood from the 50s on is, why didn't they play at least the All-Star game at night? Make it a little more. I could understand maybe the World Series because television was first run. You could have done it for one night. Now it's all at night. Pitch to Doby. Fly ball down the line and right. Bauer going back. But Bauer made the catch, and Lawler has to scamper back. Two out for Dropo, who singled his first time up. Derp. Can't. Thank you. Any thoughts on my next season? It'll be an 80 season. Debating 81 or 86. Pitch to Dropo. There is a ground ball to Skowron, and he'll take it to the bag himself. Lawler moves up. Well, don't matter because the inning's over. No runs, a hit. Yankees have left on 3. The White Sox have left on 2. We go to the 5th. 2-1 to York. Whitey bunted his first time up. Donovan has settled right in. Popped up left side. Fly ball left side. Minoso makes the catch. Makes a diving catch. How about that? On a 1-2. One out for Hank Bauer, who homered to start this game right at noon. Bauer now is at 12 and driven in 50. 18 batters deep for Donovan. He settled right in there. 63 pitches, 4 1/3, 3 hits. The home run to Bauer. He has walked 2 and struck out 1. Triple G votes for 81. If we can get the schedule in there, it would be a full season for that. Can the Reds and the Cardinals do what they could not do in real life? 81 would be fun. I'm assuming that someone has done the 81 schedule for Action PC. Pitch to Bauer. Popped up. Hatfield will make the catch. 2 out. So yes, for Junior, there will be an 8th season of Major League Replay on Retro Sports Network. Gil McDougald, still on that hitting streak, has walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. We did 82. That was our first replay 1,000 years ago. And it was the Montreal Expos that won that World Series over the Baltimore Orioles in 6. Pitch to McDougald. There's a ground ball to Donovan, right side of the rubber, throws to first, and we're halfway home. McDougald is retired. Donovan has pitched well. Yankees 2, White Sox 1. haven't done 84. We've done 80 from the next season will be the wheelhouse era. Oh, first of all, if you just got here, where the hell have you been? Yankees 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. White Sox a run on 4 hits and no errors. Yankees scored first. In fact, they started the game with a home run from Hank Bauer to make it 1-0. He's 12th. Bill Skowron grounded home a run to make it 2-0. And then in the bottom of the first, Dave Philly doubled home Nellie Fox to make it 2-1. And both pitchers have made it stick. 4-hitter through Whitey Ford through 4, and he has struck out 4. Dick Donovan, after that rough first, 3 hits through 5, 2 runs, a homer. He has walked 2 and struck out 1. Hatfield, Aparicio, and Donovan to face Whitey here in the 5th. Fred 0 for 1. He's grounded into a double play. We've done in the wheelhouse, which is for me 77 to 93. We've done 78, 85, and 88, 82. 78, 82, 85, and we did 88 last year. Pitch to Hatfield. Ground ball to Ford. Whitey throws to Skowron for the out, 1 away. Aparicio struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 84 Tigers, yep. Seems like there was a good Dick's Sporting commercial about protecting Andy Pettit's arm. That's the one that you tell me to say every once in a while, Mike. That seems the dysfunctional Padres. That seems to fit Dick Williams' M.O. as a manager, doesn't it? They played for the bunt. Aparicio isn't going to do it. Struck him out. That's 5 for Ford. Louis is fanned twice. He chased a curveball. 2 out for Donovan, who struck out his first time up. Yeah, the Red Sox might compete. 86, I was thinking, because it would be the 40th anniversary. So we'll keep 84 in mind. 84 is a fun year. 81, because at some point we'll do it. So if you are new to the channel, Parallel, this is every other, we do one from the wheelhouse, and then we go outside the comfort zone, which is where 56 comes in. Carney Lansford. Nettles and Garvey, you mean the Yankee and the Dodger hated each other? Imagine that. What did they think of Gossage? I wonder if Lansford would have played first. Obviously, you had to have Boggs in there. Evans led the American League in home runs with 24, too. Pitch to Donovan. There is a ground ball past McDougald for a base hit. Seaburn throws it back in. So a 2-out single, 5th hit for the Chicago White Sox. Here's Minoso, Minnie 0 for 2. Whitey, 75 pitches, 18 batters, 4 2/3, 5 hits and 5 strikeouts. Ray does not recall Aparicio's career began all but back in 56. He was only a year old. I do remember his second stint with the White Sox when he became one of your favorite players. Ray, are you from Chicago? Berra and Ford have a word. Minoso strikes out. That's 6 for Whitey, and we're through 5. A late fastball got him looking. And after 5, White Sox got a hit. They left on 3. Yankees 2, Chicago 1. Southern Illinois, about 300 miles to the south. Okay. So Mantle, Berra, and Skowron to face Donovan. I'm not sure how many more years that we'll do this or what YouTube shape will be in and all that. I do want to do a 60 season. So my guess is for 27 that we would do a 60 season. Because I'm trying to do one from every decade that hasn't been done. We did 49. And the other outside the wheelhouse was 2001. And the Mariners won it all. That was 2 years ago. Mickey Mantle walked in his 0 for 1. So we've done 4 wheelhouse seasons, and this is our 3rd outside the box season. Mantle hits a ground ball to first. Dropo, 1 out. 81 A's off the charts with those complete games. Yep. Billy killed their arms. Their pen wasn't that great. Yogi Berra 1 for 2 to date. Yogi has singled. I'll tell you what, the batter at the plate here is one of the reasons why I'm doing this season. You talk about Yogi being, you take a fork, you see a fork in the road, you take it, and cash is just as good as money and all the Yogi-isms. But as a ball player, I think he is unappreciated for his contributions. Barrett rips this one to Fox, and Nelly will make the catch 2 out. If we do 81, the All-Star game is in Cleveland. Bill Skowron is 0 for 2 with an RBI. Donovan deals. That's a pop-up right side. I think that's going to get in the outfield. Philly says it will, and Dave will make the catch. And Donovan, after that rocky first, has settled in rather nicely. He's only allowed 3 hits through 6. A clean 6th after 5.5. Yankees 2, Chicago 1. Yep. Yeah, Billy kind of ruined those arms for sure. The 64 season, the first one that Ray was old enough, clearly recalled the series between the Cardinals and the Yankees. 64 intrigues me because both leagues were close. It gets lost because Gene Mauch and the Phillies choked. But the Orioles and White Sox took the Yankees right to the brink in 64. 67, of course, the American League, the impossible dream year. I don't know after 88 if I'd want another Red Sox World Series. That broke my heart enough. Nelly is 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Yeah. The Wild Thing team from Major League. Call ourselves Cleveland and play in Milwaukee. Pitch to Nelson is a ground ball to Skowron. Over to Ford, and that's an error. Skowron threw it away, and Fox's speed scared him. Nellie Fox's speed scared Skowron, who makes his 4th error of the year at first. And in fact, Fox goes to second as it ended up in the dugout. So the tying run with nobody out in scoring position for Dave Philly, who has a double today already, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Philly chops this one foul. And some kid who thinks he's going to be Pope someday made that play. 64 series, beginning of the end of the Yankees dynasty. Yep. There is a rare surviving videotape from when Johnny Carson was still in New York from 64. And Carson's Tonight Show, by the way, was always in color. To count 2 and 2 to Philly. And it was a few days after Yogi Berra and Phil Linz had that fight about where Phil Linz could play that harmonica. The 64 Yankees. That was the year that they were sold to CBS, and CBS just didn't know what to do with them. Pitch to Philly. Struck him out. 7 for Ford. Whitey a 2-2 fastball in there at the knees. Whitey now has 111 on the replay. He's going to beat his real-life number. Sherm Lawler has a single and a strikeout. He's 1 for 2. 1 out. Fox on second. Lawler draws the walk. So first and second, 1 out for Doby. Larry 0 for 2 with a K. Some mean people in Milwaukee painted a welcome to Cleveland sign on the roof near the Milwaukee airport. That's not uncommon, parallel league. There are people who thought they were flying to Australia and ended up in Austria. You imagine that? That's half a world away. Pitch to Berra and Ford have a word. Whitey from the stretch. Doby chops this one over the mound. Coleman to McDougald for 1. And 2 out. There's no throw. So 4-6 on the fielder's choice. 2 out for Dropo. Walt has singled. He's 1 for 2. Dropo, left field. Seaburn. That one has some air into it. The wind is blowing that direction, and Norm will make the catch. After 6, White Sox threaten but do not score. No runs, no hits in there. They've left on 5. We go to the 7th here at Comiskey, 2-1 Yankees. So Seaburn, Carey, and Coleman to face Donovan, who hasn't allowed a run since the first. Fox. Over to Dropo, 1 out. Monday will be a prime time game. Might only be 2 scheduled streams next week. And a Carey, 1 for 2 with a single. There is a ground ball past Aparicio into left field. Only the 4th hit for the Yankees. Donovan again, especially after he survived that rough first, has found his groove. Stella, here's Jerry Coleman. He's 0 for 2. Only the 4th hit for the Yankees. The White Sox have 5. Pitch to Coleman. Left center. Doby coming in. Rides a Schwinn. Makes the catch. And Carey was halfway to second and has to go back. Whitey Ford is 0 for 1. 2 out. Got a swing. Popped up. Lawler to the screen. Nope. Hits it. And it's an 0-2. Ford. Hard ground ball to Aparicio. Louis goes the long way to Dropo to get Whitey. And it's stretch time here at Comiskey. 2-1 New York. It'll be Hatfield, Aparicio, and Donovan to face Whitey Ford here in the 7th. Fred is 0 for 2. So after the game, we'll give you a rough idea of what the schedule is for next week. Pitch to Hatfield. Goes the opposite way. Seaburn in the alley in left center, and Norm will make the catch. So 84 I'll take under advisement. It'll be an 80 season. Like I said, we've done 3. Aparicio 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. He's not going to bunt. He takes the collar. Whitey Ford got him 3 times to strike out. A fastball that painted the black inside, and Louis goes down for the 3rd time today. Ford has struck out 8. Does that, he's going to be driving a Mercury. Here's Donovan. Dick is 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Donovan rips this one past Scourin into right field. Coleman should have made that play, and Donovan is 2 for 3 with a single. Fun 84 Cubs were really good. The thing with the 84 Cubs was they caught fire after they got Rick Sutcliffe, which Todd doesn't want to, and Tim probably don't want me to talk about. Minoso is 0 for 3 with a K. 27 batters deep for Whitey, 115 pitches, 6 2/3. The 1 run is earned. He has walked 1 and struck out 8. What is the weirdest rare play or plays that you've seen in Action PC? Gardner had the lights go out in a hockey game. We've had catcher's interferences. I'm trying to think. If I let the sound up enough, you can hear Dave Cook being paged to the phone. That's besides Mendoza with a pinch hit home run to beat the Dodgers. David was watching that one the other day. Oh, that's right. I had a bench-clearing brawl in the 2001 World Series between Seattle and Houston. That's right, I'd forgotten about that. We've had some playoff games interrupted by fights. The only thing the Cubs got in that trade gave up was Joe Carter. Pitched to Minoso. Struck him out. 9 for Ford. We're through 7. 2-2 fastball outside. Got him looking. No runs. A hit Chicago's left on 6. We go to the 8th. 2-1 New York. Bauer homered to start the game. Donovan through 27. 94 pitches. 7 innings. 4 hits. The home run from Bauer. Both the runs are earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. You got Mel Hall, but we're not allowed to talk about him, right? Pitch to Bauer. Up the middle. Doby's there. 1 out. For McDougald, Gill is 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. That Nolan Ryan thrown out of a game, that's right. We did what? 87? Arguing balls and strikes. I mean, Seaver giving up home runs in his tribute game. The games I remember the most we had walk-off home runs and playoff games. Fred Sanford taking a no-hitter into that World Series clincher in 49. I mean, if you were to look at that Yankee staff, it's Whitey Ford, I think, in his rookie year or whatever. And Sanford, a spot starter, was the only Yankee pitcher that had 100 pitches in his arsenal, and he takes a no-hitter into the 9th. That World Series, by the way, pitched to McDougald, and Gill draws the walk. He still hadn't gotten a hit, trying to get a hitting streak to 11. Not only was that the only one that the real-life team won, they won it in 5 games. They did the exact same things. The Dodgers took game 1, the Yankees took the next 4. Mickey Mantle is 0 for 2 with a walk. He has an 8-game hitting streak. I thought Mel Hall did bad things. Red Sox got Bill Buckner in that trade in 84 for Eckersley and Mike Brumley. Yes. Yeah, Mel Hall is a bad boy. Pitch to Mantle. Mantle, slow ground ball past Dropo, down the line and right. Past Philly. So Mantle now has a 9-game hitting streak. McDougald around third will score with ease. Mickey goes for 3 to throw to Hatfield, and Mantle has his 2nd triple of the year. And the Yankees go up 3-1. For Yogi Berra. Yogi 1 for 3. Oh, Ray, thank you so much. Completely appreciated. You guys never feel like you're obligated to do that, but thank you so much, Ray. Mantle on third. Barrow 1 for 3. Slow chopper to Donovan. Over to Dropo. And Yogi is retired. And that will do it. Nope. And Mickey held. Donovan looked him back. 2 out for Scour and is 0 for 3. So, yes, instead of a commissioner, Hall has a warden. Yes. Scour has now driven in 41. Bobby was playing 86 and Wade Boggs got injured while putting his boots on and pursue the pennant. Pitch to Scour. Struck him out. So Donovan bounces back, but the Yankees have given Whitey an insurance run after 7.5. A run, a hit, and no errors. Yankees 3, Chicago 1. So Nellie Fox 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. 3 runs, 5 hits, an error for New York. And they have left on 5. And putting on boots. That's funny. The White Sox, a run on 6 hits, no errors, and they have left on 6. Hard ground ball to Coleman. 1 out. for Dave Philly. Dave is 1 for 3. He has doubled and driven in the lone run of the game for Chicago, and that was in the first. Hendrick just pulled a muscle, putting his loafers on. No, it's not a doubleheader. It's 10 minutes of 1. Pursue the Pennant had put actual events that happened during... Oh, cool. So who was it that got hurt putting boots on? Philly. Right back to Whitey Ford. Over to first. 2 out. Oh, was that Boggs? Was that when he was visiting Margot and eating some chicken? Drinking a 18-pack of PBR on the plane. Lawler is 1 for 2. Sherman has singled, walked, and struck out. Marty Cordova in real life went on the injured list for overexposure in a tanning bed. I remember reading about and laughing about players who would rupture their eardrums with Q-tips. Somehow my mother didn't put me into a reform school, but I'm sure she thought about it. Pitch to Lawler. There's a ground ball to Coleman. Jerry waits, throws to first. We go to the 9th. Been a pretty good ball game. The Yankees are ahead 3-1. Deshaun Watson? Yeah. The Lamar Hoyt suspension? That's cool. Cordova was on the Orioles. Drove a Chrysler that had fine Corinthian leather. Go ahead. Pull that reference out. Norm Seaburn is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. It'll be Seaburn, Carey, and Coleman, and we'll see what the Yankees do with Ford. The Yankee bullpen is not good, and so if Whitey can pitch the 9th, Doby, Dropo, and probably a pinch hitter for Hatfield to see if they can get this one back. Pitch to Norm. Ball 4. Donovan starts the 9th with a walk. Pitch count-wise, he's fine. And Billy Hunter is going to pinch run at first for Seaburn. Your brother had a 679 Cordoba. A sweet ride. And he carries 2 for 3. He has singled twice. We'll watch Donovan here in the 9th. Lawler and Donovan have a word. And he drops one down. Lawler throws to Fox covering, and the sack is down. Hunter, with good speed, moves the second, 1 out for Coleman. Jerry is 0 for 3. Up the middle, Aparicio snares it. Throws to Dropo. 2 out. Cordoba. I thought it was Cordova. Yes. Fine Corinthian leather. Yes. Ricardo would say I'm pronouncing Cordoba wrong. There's a great SCTV recurring skit, the Ricardo Montalban School of Acting, with Rick Moranis, I believe, doing Ricardo Montalban. Or maybe it's Eugene Levy. It's absolutely hilarious. Whitey Ford is 0 for 2. See what they do with him here. Baltimore to move Cordova to the DH exclusively to avoid overexposure to the sun. Oh, my word. Didn't Sidney Ponson do Time for Murder too? Wasn't he on that team? Smiles. Everyone smiles. The SCTV. If you didn't watch that as a kid, go back and watch some of that stuff now. It is hilarious. Whitey will be pinch hit for, so the White Sox have a chance. Bob Serve is a pinch hitter, 207 with 4 RBI, hitting 248 overall, no homers, and has driven in 13. Hunter on third, and Serve draws the walk. SCTV is on the air. Bauer homered to start the ballgame. Runners on the corners. Oh, what do I do here? There's 2 out. Donovan, 36 batters, 3 runs, all earned, 8 2/3, 5 hits. The homer to Bauer to start the ball game. He's walked 5 and struck out 2. I need an out. Who's going to give me an out? So 286 is the number for Bauer against Donovan. Do I go with LaPalme? I might go with LaPalme here. Yep. So Paul LaPalme. We played the percentages, and Paul Lefty is 33, making his 8th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 4.50 ERA. He's made 2 saves. Fastball pitcher at 86 and a ground ball pitcher. Pitched a week ago against Baltimore, or 8 days ago. In an 8-4 win, he went 1 inning, 16 pitches, and struck out 2. 8 innings overall for Paul, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 4. DJ John, listening in the truck. Oh, Dr. Demento? Oh, he's still with us. David, the year we did 78 was the COVID year. And we ended up going daily with that. There's got to be 140 78 games. That was the second year we did it. We started with 82, and then 78, and then we started with the every other back and forth. Overexposure to the sun can turn your skin into fine Corinthian leather, or make you George Hamilton, one of the two. 155 game. Oh, the playlist. I probably should do those for the other seasons. So anyway, here's Bauer to face LaPalme. Let's see if this works. Serve on first, 2 out, top of the 9th. Yankees up 3-1. Runners on the corners. Struck him out. That worked. So we got a double switch here. It'll be Elston Howard to play left in the 9-hole. He's a 6 and a 3. And Tom Morgan, who has had the replay from hell, will come into pitch. He's 26, fastball at 85. He's making his 28th appearances. He blows half of his saves. He is 3-2 with a 5.87 ERA. He last pitched 3 nights ago against the A's and in a 3-0 loss. Inning and 2/3, 33 pitches, 2 hits and a walk. In fact, he hasn't struck out a man in a month. 30 2/3 for Tom. 34 hits, 23 runs, 20 earned. Yep. 4 homers. He's walked 13 and struck out 3. Dr. Demento is still with us. And at 10 years old, you bet I listened every Sunday night. It'll be Doby, Dropo, and we'll see to face Morgan here in the 9th. Chicago 2 to tie, 3 to win. Doby 0 for 3 with a K. Up the middle. Coleman got there. Throws to first. 1 out. Every time William Shatner hears the name Maltabon, he goes, "God!" There's a scene in that movie that scared the living daylights out of me as a kid. When the bug crawls out of Chekhov's ear. Ugh. Here's Walt Dropo. Walt is 1 for 3 with a single. Up the middle. Past Coleman into center field. McDougald should have cut that off. He didn't. And the tying run is at the plate. Oh, my wife loves it when I tell Madam Speaker to play fish heads. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. And I sing that about as well as he did. All right, who can hit a righty? Actually, Hatfield's pretty good, and so we will go with that. 0 for 3, but the outcome box says it's in your favor, and he is the tying run. Poor Barbara. The last time she was here, we were all stuck being 14 from the California sperm bank, and today we're all 10 with Dr. Demento. Hello, Rock and Roll Doctor. You're on the air. Pitch to Hatfield. That is into left center field, and Mantle will make... No, he won't. He trapped it. He tried to sell it as a catch. Casey says a few words coming out, and nope. He trapped it. So first and second, and now Aparicio, who has struggled in this one, is the winning run. No, poor Barbara. I'm glad. So if they're going to run, they're going to bring in Jim Rivera to pinch run. They're trying to stay out of the double play. Aparicio has... Now do you pinch hit for Aparicio? Oh, yeah, you do. You're going to bring in Ron Northey to pinch hit. Northey, it's not telling me his pinch hitting numbers. Overall, 387, 3 homers, and 7 RBI. He can win this game right here. The Yankee bullpen is terrible, and that's why they are 44 or 47 and 44. Pitch to Northey. Walked him. And the bases are loaded here in the 9th for the pitcher spot. It will be Bubba Phillips. Phillips has an RBI as a pinch hitter, hitting 158, 265 overall, 2 homers and 9 RBI. Rivera, with that speed, is a tying run on second, and Northey is the winning run on first. I thought the Yankees had this one in the bag. 1 out, a ground ball could end the ball game. A home run would end the ball game. Pitch to Phillips. That is up the middle. Coleman goes home. They got him. Coleman cut it off. He threw home. They got Dropo. The bases are still loaded, but there's 2 out. Doesn't look like a Bubba. Here's Minoso. Now, Minnie has a lot of power. He's 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. So, Northey, the tying run on second, and Phillips with good speed on first would be the winning run. Minoso has 6 game-winning RBI on the replay. That doesn't mean he's walked it off 6 times. It means he's just driven it in at the right time. Do I pinch run for Northey? I got to figure if I tie the game, I need players to play in the field. So he would be an infielder. Yeah, we'll bring in Esposito. So Esposito, the tying run. Phillips, the winning run. But Minoso needs to get on. He's 0 for 4. Morgan, on this 68-degree night, is sweating bullets out there. Oh, you bought the basic game. How you doing? I think you'll love it. Pitch to Minoso. Hit him! Minnie got hit. Rivera scores, and it's a 3-2 game. So Minnie Minoso does his impression of Homer Simpson, and now it doesn't matter who's on third. Phillips the winning run on second. For Nellie Fox has singled and scored. Oh, my word. So Minoso pulls up the Adirondack chair. Yep, Bad News Bears offense. Tom Morgan, he pitches like he's a fifth of Captain Morgan. Pitch to Fox. Up the middle. Coleman over to Skowron, and the Yankees hang on by the hair of their chinny chin chin and win this. Oh, doctor, put a star on that one, Jerry Coleman. The Yankees hang on in 2 hours and 33 fake minutes to beat the White Sox 3-2. I got to think of an MVP here, and no one is really standing out. I guess you go with Whitey Ford. 3 runs, 5 hits, an error for the Yankees, who finally are on the right side of 500 at 48-44. They left on 7. White Sox had their chances. They fall to 50-37. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and they leave on 9. Whitey Ford goes to 13-5. He pitched a brilliant ballgame. 8 innings, 6 hits, a run it was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 9. Tom Morgan picks up his 4th save. Whether he will remember it or not is another story. He allowed 2 hits and a run and a walk, and we tried to get Chicago over the hump, and Jerry Coleman made the play at the end of the ballgame. Dick Donovan, that run in the 8th turned out to be pretty big. 8 2/3, 5 hits. He falls to 9-6. 3 runs, all earned. You're welcome, Todd. A home run. He walked 5 and struck out 2. And LaPalme struck out the only man he faced. So let's quickly do the rest of the day in baseball, and then we'll tell you what we're doing Monday night. You're welcome. So just 2 more July streams. We're headed into August. Cleveland and Chicago are tied. They beat Washington 4-1. Herb Score goes to 10-9. He struck out 15 through a 3-hitter. Camilo Pascual falls to 5-12. Vic Wertz, 3 for 3, hits his 27th. Giants beat the Braves 4-2. I think Scotty would think the Giants are a major league team after that. Worthington 8-4, sold a couple cars. Ernie Johnson complained about the Red Sox, takes a loss, falls to 3-7. Thompson, Hank Thompson, not Bobby, 3 for 3, hits a 6 and drives in 2. Pirates beat the Cubbies at Forbes 5-3. Pullett 1-0. Turk Lone falls 2-7. Walt Morin hits his 9th. He went 2 for 4. Detroit beats Baltimore 3-1 at the stadium. Trucks 10-2. Moore falls to 3-7. And Aber, who we saw this week, picks up his 8th save. St. Louis makes 4 errors. Philadelphia over St. Louis 6-5. Harvey Haddix goes to 7-6. Jim Constantine 0-1. Alvin Dart 2 for 5, hits his 2nd and drives in 2. Jim Gilliam, a 15-game hitting streak. The Dodgers lead is 9. They beat the Redlegs 8-2. Don Newcomb 14-4. Brooks Lawrence 8-7. Jackson 3 for 4, drives in 4 with a double. Red Sox beat the Athletics 6-1. Porterfield 6-2. Art Ditmar falls to 7-14. And Lopez with Kansas City 2 for 4, a homer, and drives in. Or hit his 13th. Oops, nope. On Monday night, it'll be the Red Sox and the White Sox. That's our next game. And we'll do that Monday night at 7:30-ish. So that's our next stream for you, schedule live stream. Red Sox and White Sox from Comiskey. The Red Sox 3.5 back. Chicago and Cleveland all tied up. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Keep on trucking for sure, and we'll talk to you. Update on that game you told me. Brown ran for 145 on 1900. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. We'll talk. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. So long, everybody.